Hi everyone, Kerry McElroy here. It's Kerry McElroy, Total Body Strength. Sometimes we have trouble connecting on the Wi-Fi. I'm here at the Fall River Y tonight, again in our old spin room, as you can see. I've got a special workout for you tonight. You know, it's every once in a while we're always doing the best job we can. I'm always working out hard. I know I work out, do something. I move 7 days a week. But it's always that, once in a while, you have a little bit of a muscle ache or pain here and there. So tonight's workout is dedicated to you if for some reason you have a sore muscle or, your leg is a little bit off. Or with me, it's a little bit of a muscle that's just inflamed in kind of my low to mid back and lumbar back. So I'm going to do everything with a recommendation from a chair or a bench, okay? Doesn't mean you can't use light weights. I'm going to use tubes. I've got some tubes down below. Actually, here they are. So I'm going to use my little two-handled tube, okay? I think it's a medium tube. It's a gray one. I got this at Target. So if you have one, you can use that. I'm also going to use some light weights. So I have both a bench here that I'm going to work from. You can't see it. And I also have a chair that I'm going to work from, okay? So we're going to do everything. We're going to do legs. We're going to do, hi, Cynthia. So we're going to do everything. We're going to do legs, we're going to do upper body, we're going to do shoulders. I see 3 of you out there. So it's a little early. It's not quite 5 o'clock, so I just wanted to let you know you need lightweight. I keep cutting in and out. Sorry, gang. If you have a bench or a chair, that's wonderful. If not, you can do everything from a standing position. You can take this. The beauty of this workout is you can go high or you can go low. Okay, with all of the particular things I'm going to do. And again, it's dedicated to you. For some reason, like me, I have an inflamed lower back muscle that's just kind of been twitching a little bit the last couple of days. It even hurt in yoga last time I did yoga. And it wasn't, I lifted up above my head and I felt like, ooh, a little bit tweaky. So I'm going to take it easy today and do things that I can still work my body no matter what, how you're feeling, no matter what you're doing, you can always move a little bit. Unless, of course, you're debilitated and can't move at all. But, if you, you need to move in a lighter range of motion or a smaller range of motion, that's fine. I tell you guys all the time, when I used to train my track athletes, they would always ask me, Coach Mac, what is it today? Is it a 3-day, a 2-day, or a 1-day? Today is definitely a 1-day for me, okay? So that means, sorry, the Wi-Fi keeps cutting out, I'm so sorry. Means we're moving, but we're not, we're doing something, but we're not at our highest level, okay? All right, so if you're out there, it's going to be almost 5 o'clock. If you're out there, say hello to me, give me a thumbs up. Hello. I see some people jumping on, so thanks so much for joining me. I know it's a crazy week. It's 2 days from Thanksgiving, so I didn't expect a ton of people today. But if you're watching after the fact, I dedicate this to anyone who needs to have a 1 workout day today, meaning a rather light day, but we still want to move, okay? So that's the end of the game. Not every day has to be high, high, high. Not every day has to be, 85 to 92% of your heart rate max. You can have a lighter day here, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start right in. I see 4 of you out there, so I hope folks continue to watch. And again, I'm Kerry McElroy. Hi, Jess. If you have a chair or a bench, it'd be wonderful to make sure that you can use that. Make sure that your chair is not going to be moving. I'm on this wooden floor up here, so it's a little bit slidey, so I'm actually going to use the bench for a little bit too, okay? All right, so without further ado, it goes without saying that you should always make sure you're stretching. You should always make sure that you're warm, okay? And we're going to stretch a little bit throughout the workout today. I usually do, but for time's sake, I don't do a ton of it. But today we're going to do some stretching. We're going to do some halos, overheads a little bit. So I'm going to start with some squats. We've still got 4 blocks of work. I always have 4 blocks of work. Some blocks have 3 things in them. Some blocks have 2 exercises in them. So off we go. So I'm going to sit with my, let me move this down a little bit so you can see me. We're going to start off with squats. So I'm starting. Now you can do this with, if you want to go high, you can use dumbbells for this. I'm just going to sit down, just touch my butt to the bench and come on back up. Okay, we're going to do 10. Okay, so we're starting with our heels maybe a little bit closer this time. Heels probably right under hips. We sit back just touching the bench or the chair, either way. Come on back up. There's 5. Here's 5 more. Here's 4. Now again, I told you that we're dedicating this workout to those of us who might have, need a little bit less range of motion today. You can stay high if you need to. Irene, how are you today? And last one. Okay, second set we're going to dedicate to lunges, okay? So I'm going to use my chair now. To start my little band off to the side. Whoops, there we go. So now I'm going to come at you and we're going to do a lunge, okay? Let me go to the side here. You guys see? You probably can't see that. I'll do it in front. So I'm going to use the front of my chair, okay? Good to see you, my friend. Hi, Jean. How are you? So I'm going to put the chair in front of me, reach out for it, and I'm going to start with my feet, heels right underneath my hips. I'm going to turn to the side, okay? I step back. I just give it a little bit of a kneel, okay? I come back up. I'm going to alternate, okay? So I'm not going low and I'm not going very wide because, again, I've got a little bit of a lower back issue today. So I'm coming up through my front heel and my rear toe. I'm just using my chair or the bench. Jess, you can use your TRX straps for a little bit of balance. And again, we're just moving today. We don't have to be going crazy. Now, if you want to take this high, what do? You can grab dumbbells, right? Hold them, okay? I think we're on 5. Here we go. There's 6. So again, I'm not moving that fast, but I'm moving in a good function, okay? We're moving in planes of motion that we can move in. I'm not getting really low. I got 2 more on each side. 1 more on each side. Awesome, okay? And the last one we're going to do is a hamstring curl. And you got some options here, okay? So you hamstring the back of the leg. So you can simply, if you want, I'm going to wrap this around me here, you can simply use your chair. I'm using this in Enhanced Fitness. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to Jen Hayter, who's beginning Enhanced Fitness. Anyone watching me, Enhanced Fitness we used to have here at the Y several days a week. We're going to bring 1 class back on next Wednesday at 10:30, I believe, with Jen Hayter. Only 11 people, so make sure you log on to the Group Fitness app that you use. I think it's Group Fitness Pro if you need help with that. Hi Bernie. So let me know and I'll send you the link and you can log on to Jen's class. It's Wednesday morning starting December 3rd right here at Fall River, 10:30. Okay, so shout out Jen Hayter. All right, so we're going to come here. I'm using the front of my chair and I'm going to simply, hands on my chair for balance, and I'm going to curl, just flex my foot, okay? Flex the other foot. So you're working the hamstring, just flex the foot. Can you see my foot? Okay, just flexing. And next time around, I'm going to use my tube. So I'm going to do 10 on each side, flexing. Really feel the hamstring engage here. Okay, so what's happening when your hamstring engages? That's half of my problem. My hamstring is so tight. So you're working the glute and the low back. So you've got a hamstring insertion that wraps all the way around to your glute, and you've got a lower back insertion as well. So just keep flexing, flexing. Keep going up. I've got a nice little bend in my legs too. Okay, so it's not flailing my leg out. I'm flexing and almost trying to bring my heel to my butt. Okay. So I'm really feeling, I'm isometrically working that hamstring, okay? You guys be able to see me here. And I'm going to use the tubes next time. I'm going to wind one of my feet into the bottom of the tube so I get a little bit more resistance than just the flexing of my foot, okay? All right, beautiful. Here we go. Back to squats, round 2. So we're sitting back. Heels are just about underneath hips. We sit back, we come on up. We've got 10. This is a 1 workout today, okay? But you can make it a 3 if you'd like. I'm just going to dedicate it to the folks out there who need a 1 workout. So you could have a big plate right now and hold a big plate and do some goblet squats. I'm just reaching for my chair or my bench. Nice and easy. I'm not doing a lot of range of motion here. Anyone can do this at home. Everyone's got a chair at home, right? Preferably not a couch. Don't reach for the couch. The couch is too soft. You may not get up and you can end up hurting yourself worse. 1 more. Okay, beautiful. Let's go to lunges. Shake out if you'd like. Shake the legs. I'm going to use my chair. And again, we start with our heels right underneath our hips and we send 1 leg back. Okay, so here we are. Here's the side view. Side view for my lunge here. Okay. Popping down, and again, front heel, rear toe. I'm feeling a little better, so I can get a little bit deeper, but you don't need to get deep here. Hey, say hello. And again, you can hold dumbbells if you want to make this high. I'm just using my body weight today to make it a 1 workout, but you can make this as high as you want. Add as much weight, Corin. I'm sure you've probably got 50s on each side, right? Here we go. She always writes me later and tells me, you know what, Corin was a former student. And just a fierce bodybuilder out there. I love it. So again, coming up through the front heel, rear toe. Corin always writes me and tells me what she used for each move that I do. Okay. So we're coming up through the front heel and the rear toe. A lunge is a balance exercise as well. You're going to feel a lot of not only legs, but core. All right, we get rid of the chair. This time for hamstring curls, I'm going to wind my foot into one of the loops on my tube. Now, I don't necessarily have to do this. You can just simply, I'm going to put one foot on the tube and one foot inside the tube. I'm going to hold the chair, okay, and I'm going to curl up, okay? So I'm just creating a little resistance with the tube. You don't have to do this. I'm stepping on one end of it. You can, ooh, I feel that. Yikes. You don't have to do that. You can certainly just continue to flex the foot. How are we doing, Irene? You still out there? I hope so. I'm going to come over and use that spin bike one day, too. Last one. Oh, I'm feeling this. All right, so I'm going to wind it into the other leg. Just going to put the tube, the top of the tube into my sneaker here. Let's do it like this. My big feet here, okay? It's tough to get this in. You got a big size 10, right? Okay, so I'm stepping on one side, flexing up, okay? You can't see it's my little leg, but I don't want to turn the chair and waste time. Here we go. So flexing, you might be able to see me here, okay? Toe tapping, flex. You can use, I think I've got a little too much resistance, yikes. Half of the problem with my lower back is my hamstrings are so tight. So I've got to get a little bit more stretching. That's why I love mind-body exercises, yoga, all of that. All right, last set. Here we go. Third set of squats. Heels right under hips. We reach back. We stand up through the heels. Reach back, stand up through the heels. So again, you can have a plate. You can have something heavy. You can have dumbbells on each side. Anytime. Thank you, Irene. You know I'll call you on that. Thank you so much for letting me borrow the bear costume. Bridget has it. She's going to bring it back to you, okay? My apologies for not getting back to you and saying, thank you so much. Good luck to Tom. I think Bridget said Tom started today, or yesterday. I'm so happy to hear that good news. All right, last set here. Woo, okay. We're going back to our lunges. So I'm using my chair. You can just do a lunge in the air. That's fine, no worries. So you can just step back. And again, try not to get too low here. We don't have to go too low. I'm just stepping back. Remember, I'm doing a one workout today because I've got a little bit of an inflamed muscle on my left side, lumbar. I should probably go visit, shout out Mike Abgrab here in the city, my chiropractor, a Lebanese cousin. I'll have to bring him some hashwi or hummus or something. I don't know if he's around, I've got to ask. So we're just bending both legs. And again, you can make this as heavy as you want. You can have dumbbells in each hand. I'm hanging on to the chair, making it more like a little bit of a bar class. Dawn Sullivan will be happy, okay? All right, lastly, I'm just gonna, without using the, actually I think I will. I'm gonna use again, putting my foot inside the tube, stepping on one end, and I'm using this to do my hamstring curls again. So hamstring up, okay, hamstring up, boom. Whew, I can feel that. You guys see me? You really see my leg here. There we go. Good. Oh, so I'm really feeling it in the lower glutes a little bit, the lower hamstring. I can feel this. If you don't have a tube, just flex the foot, and you're getting a little balance too. So I've got one hand on the chair, so that helps me with my balance. Okay, here's the last set. We're coming here, flexing up, flex. Whoops, that fell off. Come on up. Can you guys see me? You can see my foot. And flex. Just both hands on the chair. Whew. Awesome. Bring them on camera. What's that saying? If people want to be on camera with me? Bernie, I know you probably do. All right, so that's that. I lost my little door hanger here off. I don't know what happened, but it doesn't matter. We'll put it back on later. All right, so now, second set of things we're going to do. We're going to do some push-ups and some seated shoulders, okay? So this time, I'm definitely going to use my bench, but if you have a chair, make sure that it's definitely bolstered against something. You don't want to have it go sliding on you, okay? So I'm going to get on this side of the bench so you guys can see me. And then I want you to choose some fairly light weights. We're going to do a seated side raise to an overhead raise. Seated side raise to an overhead raise. I'm going to use 8s, I think, okay? All right, so I'll just grab a quick water, and we're going to keep moving. How do you feel out there? So let's just scoot our hips back, place our, make sure your big toe is gripping the floor, scoot the hips back, feel the hamstring stretch, okay? Same thing. I'm going to push my right foot forward, really press the big toe down onto the floor, scoot the hips back, and feel that hamstring stretch. Why scoot the toe on the floor? You're really going to feel the length of the hamstring stretch. Some people will pick up the toe. That's fine, but that can be a little bit of a, problem for sciatic area. Okay, you can pick up the toe if you want to. You're going to get a little bit more hamstring and calf in there too. I'm just trying to get hamstring in. Okay, you might feel a little bit of the calf there. Okay, so let me grab my 8s are going to be in front of me here. I'm going to do my push-ups. Again, why am I doing them here on the bench? Because it's going to give me a little bit more of an angle, so that's going to protect my low back. Remember, this is a one workout today, okay? So I'm on this bench because it's not going to move, okay? If you're on a chair, just be careful. You're probably better off on a window ledge or something. So I'm coming here, I'm up on my toes. I'm just lowering. I'm not even going to go low here, okay? I'm going to try to get 10, okay? So I'm not going low. I'm just working the upper chest and shoulders. I'm not even going low. But I'm squeezing through my back of my legs. I'm squeezing my quads, trying to pull my kneecaps up toward my hips. So I'm really getting, lots of isometric workout here today, okay? I'm not even going low. You don't have to go low, but you just have to get yourself in the correct position. All right, I'm going to lift up just a little bit. I'm going to sit because I must be really, really kind of working forward a little bit, front chain. That's why my lower back is hurting me a little bit. So I'm going to reach up. I'm going to do a few halos. And if you don't have a Kamagon ball, that's okay. You can just use a dumbbell. Just going to do a few because I'm stretching through my back and my obliques. Okay, now I'm going to go the other way. Nice and tall. Nice and tall. I'm sitting on the very edge of my chair or bench. All right, good. So we'll get rid of that. Now, we're going to do our shoulders. Everyone can do this. Everyone can do a workout when it's a one day, right? I mean, everyone can continue to work out when you're not feeling that great. So I've got some really light dumbbells. I normally do about 12s. I've grabbed 8s because I was up here in the studio. So we're going to sit. I'm on the very, very edge of my seat. I've created a 90-degree angle with my legs, so I'm not going to go sliding. I'm doing a side raise. And I'm going to come up, bring my palms toward me, and lift just a little bit. So frame my face. Come on down. Open them up, side raise. Bring them in, lift up. So the key here is to really stay high through the abs, okay? Lift the chest a little bit. Not high with the weights, especially when you're doing side raises. Here's the side raise right here. Coming back in toward the chest, turn them in. Lift just a little bit. The higher I lift, the more I'm going to actually have a problem with my low back. So I'm bringing them down to chin level and then loose, let them go, and side raise. Bring them back up to chin level, palms facing me, up, back down, side raise. We've got 10, okay? Just keeping the shoulders nice and engaged the whole time. And I'm dropping my elbows just a little bit and back up, drop them so that I can get the side raise. One more. And up. Okay, awesome. Lastly, we're going to do rear delts, and we're going to do rear delts from a seated position. Normally, I stand and do these. Now, I could take my tube, I could use my dumbbells, whatever I want to do. Keep it light today, though. I'm going to stay with my 8s, okay? This time, I'm going to really inch forward onto bringing my feet forward, rather, onto the very edge of my seat. Just make sure that you don't go flying back if you're in a chair. I'm on a bench that's it's not going anywhere. It's got feet on the end. So make sure you're on something that's not going to go anywhere. So I tip forward. I'm going to lift through the crown of my head and bend forward, okay? So almost like you're lifting through the crown of your head, lifting your chest, and try to reach onto the quads, okay? So lift forward, reach onto the quads, and just, my chair out of the way here. Reach forward and then lift with the elbows. So here's the dumbbells in between my legs here, lifting, So you've really got to lift and come forward. Okay, that's the key. So we get some rear delts, nice and slow. If you think your weight is too heavy, again, take it a little slow today. We're going to get 10. Here's the side. So we're getting all facets of the shoulder. All facets of the shoulder. I think that's about 10. So we did shoulder push-ups, which bring in the chest and kind of rear delts. We just did rear delt. Then we did side raises and overhead. So we're getting anterior delts and medial head. We've got every head of the shoulder here. Okay, let's go back. If you need to shake out a little bit, roll the shoulders, stretch up, lift if you need to. We're going back to push-ups. So again, the key is to stay nice and high, okay? My chest reaches down toward my hands. I'm keeping myself loaded. I'm drawing my belly button in back toward my spine, locking on my center, my core. That's half the problem, right? Make sure you're on something that's not going to move, like a window ledge, a bench. Keeping the elbows kind of right, maybe in line with the wrists a little bit, maybe slightly wider. And there's our 10 probably, right? I'm going to grab my Kamagon again, a kettlebell. You can use dumbbells. Nice and tall, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Lift. Oh, bring it on down. Stretch just a little bit. So you're tracing a halo over your angelic head, right? Hey, Sue Hader, Mrs. H, what's going on? Going back the other way. I just gave your daughter-in-law a shout out, Jen Hader. Wednesdays here in Fall River, 10:30, enhanced classes back. So I'm just moving around a halo around my head. What am I doing? Working the shoulders and working the upper back a little bit, just loosening up, getting myself to sit nice and tall. Back to seated shoulders. Grabbing my 8s, okay? Again, sit up nice and tall. The edge of your bench or seat, we give it a side raise. We come on in, turn the palms toward you, lift up just a little bit, back down, side raise, bring the elbows in, back up. Big deep breath in. So we're keeping everybody loaded the whole time here. Boom. So what's happening? We're getting traps, a little bit of medial heads on the side raise. And again, I'm trying not to, go really crazy here today. Just working so nice and tall, even though I'm seated, because my back's been a little bit quirky today. 7 of you out there. I didn't expect 7 2 days before Thanksgiving, right? Last one. Oh, okay. Now we're going to do our rear delt, so roll the shoulders up, back and down. Notice I'm putting my weights down in between because I really want to make sure my back is not bothering me. Nice and tall. I'm going to lean forward, make sure the crown of my head is really pulling forward as if someone would take my head and pull it forward. So I'm pulling forward and up, okay? And I lean forward, lead with the elbows for a rear delt. So someone is grabbing the crown of your head, maybe your hair, and pulling you forward, and you're leaning forward at the same time. Okay, so you're trying to rest your chest on your quads just a little bit, just grazing it. Okay, just grazing it. Okay, beautiful. Awesome. All right, we got one last set of push-ups. We can stretch out just a little bit. I'm going to come to my bench here, sneak my hips back, like a standing child's pose, okay? I'm also going to open up my inner thighs a little bit. Just stretching the hamstrings, and again, stretching back. So important. Coming back in. This time I'm going to stretch my hip a little bit, get into a lunge position. Lunge position, just stretch open my hip a little bit. Standing, nice and tall. One last set. Here we go. So it's push-ups from a bench or windowsill or chair. I'm not lowering myself too low. This is a high push-up. Now, if you want to, you can make this high and go all the way to the ground to do a push-up. Nothing's stopping you from doing push-ups on the ground, okay? I'm just making this a one workout today so that we can really work on form and function. Locking on that tummy. Draw the belly button toward the back of the spine. That's going to be about 10. And up we come. All right, last set of shoulders. Here we go. So again, even if you are not feeling great, what's happening? I'm doing the workout this time. Oh, good, Bernie. Nice. Okay, awesome, because I'll miss you tomorrow, right? So even if you're hurting a little bit, you might have, your range of motion has changed for whatever reason, you can sit and do all this stuff. And by the way, Jen Hayter will be doing most of these exercises seated in enhanced class on Wednesday. So jump in and join her as long as you're a member of one of our branches of the Y, whether it's Swansea or Wareham or New Bedford or obviously Fall River. She's only got 11 seats though, okay, because of our COVID limited numbers here per class because of our square footage. So some of you will be saying, oh, well, Swansea can get 60 in a class. Well, their square footage where they hold the class might be bigger, okay? Our gym is a little bit smaller, so we've got 11. So side raise, boom, and up. What are you feeling here? Lots of shoulders, but I'm seated, okay? So it's real isolated, right? So we've got medial heads, traps, front of the shoulders. Now we're gonna get rear of the shoulders. So I'm right on the edge here. Woo! Gonna come grabbing my light dumbbells. I'm lifting my chest forward. Someone's pulling the crown of my head up and forward, and I'm leaning right into my chest, just lightly grazes my quads. Lead with the elbows, okay? Lead with the elbows. Here's the side, right there. Can you see it? Here's the side. I'm gonna show you one at a time, okay? So I'm not straight out. I've got just a little bit of a bend in the elbow, okay? Boom. Leaning forward. So you're gonna spread those wings like you're flying, and you're gonna use your heels to kind of keep you in line. Let's take a little bit of a stretch here. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Reach up, and give me just a little bit. How are we doing? Jess Miller. Halos, that's right. You can even sing the Beyonce song if you want, okay? Doesn't she have a song called Halo? Jess, I know I did these for you. You love Halo. So we're just making a little halo. So we're nice and tall, stretching out. I'm just gonna stretch the shoulders a little bit and back down. All right, I'm gonna grab some quick water. You can stay with these dumbbells. We're going to biceps and triceps from a seated position again. And off we go. So you might want to adjust your weight. Stay there, add up a little bit, whatever. Gail Sneezik, how you doing? Hope your knee's doing well, honey. Good to see you. Gail Sneezik, shout out. She worked for me for like 47 years, right, Gail? It felt like 47 years, right? Through partners and 2 gyms, and here you are, my friend. Good to see you. All right, so I'm gonna grab my 12s. I hope you're recovering. I know you just had that knee surgery, so. So I'm gonna sit, same thing. Very much on the edge of this bench or chair, whatever you want to do. I'm just using the bench because this is a wooden floor, so I don't want to go flying, but I did use the chair a little bit for when we were doing our legs. So I'm going to switch to 12s just because I normally do 20s. So from a seat, I'm going to do 12s. It's very simple. Just let the hands sit and curl up. Okay, we can do doubles if you want. Let's do doubles just for the sake of time. We're going to try to get 10. Now, if that's too much, and I'm feeling, oh, good, Gil. Okay, I hope you're doing okay. You can alternate, you can stand. Now, I know sometimes I kneel and do these, okay? I'm just gonna do doubles here. Coming down, doubles. So we're gonna get 10, boom, 10. I don't know why I'm counting. Dawn Sullivan watches this after the fact, she always yells at me. All right, I'm gonna put one down. Now I'm gonna stand and use the front of my chair to get the back of my arm, okay? So now let's get some kickbacks, okay? So I'm just gonna bend into this nice and light. I'm gonna use my 12s. I think I can use 12s, okay? So here we are. I'm just gonna bend into it using the back of a chair, or you can use the back of the bench. I'm gonna move around a little bit. And you're just gonna take, so from your shoulder to your elbow, it stays fixed, and just pushing back, okay? Just pushing back, nice and straight. Here's the total side view, okay? All right, let me come here. I might do them here so you guys can see the full view here, okay? Here and up. So I'm gonna kneel and do it. You guys might be able to see me a little bit easier. Only my elbow to my wrist is moving, okay? Beautiful. All right, let's get to the other side. Who's talking to me? Kara Wickman, how are you, my friend? Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. Kara Wickman, lots of stuff online. Workout with Wickman, check her out. She's got a ton of stuff from Tabata to body pump to, she always puts a few dance moves in, lots of fun, okay? All right, shout out to Kara. So here we are, I've got one knee just to kind of give me a little bit of stability here. And again, I would normally, I don't do much more than this. I probably might do a 15 normally, so I'm down to a 12. And actually, this is probably a little heavy for what I want to do today. I probably should go back to my 8s, but I'll leave it here, okay? All right, awesome. We're coming back to seated. Let's get our biceps back in. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Kara's, what's that, body pump, Kara? What are you teaching at 8 a.m.? Or Tabata? I know you would hurt yourself a little bit, so. All right, so back to biceps. Sit up nice and tall. I can't, oh, my dinner's ready. Gail, thanks so much for stopping in. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving to Peter and everybody. And Peanut, I hope Peanut's doing okay. Awesome. Oh, so we're seated nice and tall. Biceps. Oh, hit. Okay, Kara's got to hit at 8 a.m. Beautiful. So if you want to join Kara tomorrow, some people are home tomorrow. It's a nice day before Thanksgiving. You're going out shopping, getting all your food, whatever you do. Okay, there's our biceps. Let's continue on. Get all the triceps. Okay, we're going here. I've got one knee up just for a little stability. Again, nothing's moving except my elbow to my wrist. Okay, so my shoulder to my elbow stays fixed. I'm working the back of my arm. Okay, beautiful. And again, just a nice basic one workout today. You can make this as tough or as easy as you'd like. Here we go. I've got one knee up for stability, one hand right underneath me. It's not way up here. It's right underneath me, okay? So I'm drawing the belly button in toward the spine and really working the back of the arm here. Okay, so your tripod position is key. You don't want to strain the low back in any way. Believe me, I've already done it, right? What the heck I did. I think it's carrying that 21-pound Pekingese, that massive Pekingese up my steep stairwell. Oh my God. I think I turned the wrong way. I picked him up. I actually carried him on this walk the other day. He's so ridiculous. He likes to dawdle, you know, so he makes me go down by the boat slip, and then I have to drag him up the ramp, you know, because he likes to go down there, but doesn't like to go back up. And he can totally walk up. He's just being stubborn, so I pick him up and carry him up. Well, it's pretty steep, so, okay. All right, so here we go. Last set of biceps, nice and tall. Lift through the chest. And again, I normally do about 20s. You can do whatever you'd like to do. I'm just keeping this nice and light today, just working more of an isometric pull. Now, I can also use my tubes here. I could have wrapped them around my feet and just done a tube workout. I just happen to be here at the Y, and I've got plenty of dumbbells, so sometimes I'm home. Let's come on up. So this, if you're watching me now or just turning it on, this is total body strength, but I'm doing a 1 workout today as opposed to a 3, which is really high, high, high. You can make it high. I'm just doing all the low modifications and the low range of motion, okay? We're not doing a lot of weight here. Okay, so we got our last set of triceps. And then the last thing we're going to do is standing or seated crunches, okay? So again, I'm helping out the folks who are struggling to get on the ground. I know that, so I've got lots of exercises for folks who feel like they can't get on the ground. Here we are. So you can do everything from a chair, right? Or you can do everything from a bench or, you know, the window ledge, or, well, don't stand on your window ledge, but you know what I mean. You can use it for push-ups, okay? So here we are, last set of triceps. Push. Whew. Keep moving. Thanks so much. I think this is one of the biggest crowds I've had in a while, so we had about 10 people at one point. People have been logging on 7 or 8 consistently. So thank you so much. I know it's a really busy time for folks. All right, so last thing we're going to do. I don't know what time it is, but I'm just going to grab some quick water, and we're going to leave you with leg lifts from a seated position and then planks. Okay, from your chair or your bench or your window ledge. Okay, I'm just going to grab some quick water, and here's the last thing we're going to do. So Again, let's roll the shoulders, stretch out a little bit. I'm gonna sit and just stretch my triceps. Just grab my elbow. If that's not available to you, just grab your forearms and open. If you can't grab your elbows, okay, I'm just gonna grab a little bit and stretch all the way down my side body here, okay? Side body. My yoga instructor there, so funny. I didn't really have a great yoga class last night because my back was just, it's much better today. So my yoga instructor is so funny. She tells Danielle, she tells Indian stories about India and, you know, Indian mythology. And then she tells you, you know, put your left arm where your right arm should be, and then blah, blah, blah. She says it all with a smile and a nice soft voice. You're like, oh, okay, good. Danielle, you know you do. All right, so let us lift. I'm going to sit nice and tall, whether in my chair or whether I'm in my bench. And I'm going to sit nice and tall. I want you to think about lifting the shoulders up, back, and down. Lift the head through the ceiling, hands by your sides, okay? And I want you to lift a leg and send it forward if you can. Now, you don't have to lift it high. You can just lift to a toe. Can you guys see that? Okay? And then bring it out. Okay? So you can lift to a toe and then bring it out. I can feel that. That is a lot of hip flexor. So ground your right leg, lift to a toe, send it out. Okay? Lift to a toe, send it out to the heel. Okay? If you can, bring the leg up. That's fine. You can even hold the leg with your hands. Send it out, back down. Okay? One more. Lift to a toe and out to the heel. Okay? So you are really going to feel that. Okay? Now, what can you do to make this high if you'd like to? I'm going to come to the side so you can see me. Okay? I would be on the side of the bench. You want to get on the very edge of the bench. You can lift, okay? Put your hands behind you. Lift and out. Lift and in. So, or you can even do boat pose. I'm not even going to attempt that because my back is like very, very stiff. So if you want to, there's your high end position. Let's get the other leg in. Lift and out to the heel. Lift to the toe, out to the heel. Or lift the leg and out, okay? So you're going to feel this in the upper quad as well. But guess what? Your upper quad is core as well. So come on up, and you can even put your hands behind you if you want to lift a little bit higher. Throw that chest forward, back down, lift up, and down. Or lift to the toe, come on out into the heel. Lift to the toe. Hi, Bob. We missed you. Lift to the toe and out to the heel. Okay? All right. So let's shake out just a little bit. Ooh, I'm going to cross my leg, left leg across right. Sit back, open up the hip a little bit because you really work the hip flexor there. Shake out. I'm going to open this leg. Do the same thing. Cross in a figure 4 position. Press a little bit on the knee. Feel the hip open. And we're going to go for planks. Okay, so here's the second exercise. We're coming here to either our bench, our window ledge, or chair, whatever you have. Same position I had for push-ups. Hands on the bench. We're going to get into a nice plank. I'm going to bring my knee toward my elbow. Knee toward the elbow. Now, if that's not in your wheelhouse tonight and you want to keep it to a low 1, because that actually hurt my back just a little bit, let's just stay at a plank. And I want you to really think about pushing through the palms and engaging the sides of your abdomen, okay? We call those the obliques, all right? So I want you to think about doing that, okay? Here we go. And Bernie, you got to do more than think about doing it. You got to actually do it, okay? Here we go. Pushing. So again, if you can either bring your knee into your elbow, if you want, like a kind of a modified mountain climber. I'm just lifting. I am not, doing the run for the mountain climbers. If you want to take it high, you can run and do the run of the mountain climbers. That is not my wheelhouse today. I'm coming back for a nice downward facing dog. And I'm coming back around for one more set of each of these. I don't know what time it is, but again, I'm trying to keep it as a nice one workout. So let's cross a leg, press away. Bernie, good. I was playing with you. I'm glad you're still here. So if you want to, you can lift the leg. You feel that hip. Or just press down. Stretch out, other leg. What time is it? 5? 5:33. This is good. Thank you, Jess Miller, for my time check. Pressing away. And you can feel those hips open. All right, so here we are. You can get long on your bench. You can, again, lift, send the leg out, come on down, lift, send the leg out, come on down. You've got to get your chest nice and tall. You can also be in the high position and get into a boat position, either on the floor, on your bench, whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to accommodate folks who need to be in a chair. For once, I know I do a lot on the floor all the time. Hey, we've been doing these workouts since March. Holy smokes, it's almost the end of the year, right? Who knew when we started? I know Steph and I did a video in March, and man, it's been almost every week since mid-March, I think. I want to say it was St. Patrick's Day. Beautiful. Oof. Opening my hips a little bit. St. Patrick's Day was our first workout, and then here we are. It's Thanksgiving, right? And then next week's going to be, the first week of December. So, all right, so I'm going to stretch back just a little bit. Open up my hips a little bit. Bring my knees out. Kind of a modified child's pose. And we're going back for our last set of planks. Get the hands down onto the mat or the chair or the bench or the floor, whatever. Push into the palms. Lift the hips a little bit. Knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. Okay, and if you don't want to do that, you can just get up on the toes and really push and feel all of the obliques engage. Okay, get a little bit of shoulder here too. So here we are. So a nice one workout today. Now some of you are probably going, one? That was hard. And if that was hard for you, that wasn't a one workout. Okay, that's fine. But it was a one workout for me, based on what I normally do. So, you do what you can. And I always say, okay, awesome, let's stretch out. I always say, what do I always say? I don't even know what the heck I always say. No, I'm just kidding. I always say, do whatever you can. So make a nice figure four. I'm using the side of my chair, pressing, opening up my hip. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Bernie. I'm sure I'll talk to you tomorrow or Thursday morning. So open up with the knee and the figure four. Do what you can, no matter what a class looks like. Whether it's a virtual class or, an in-person class, you should always be doing what you can do. If you ever feel pain, not sensation. One of my yoga instructors said that last night. Pain is not a good thing. Sensation is okay. What's the difference between pain and sensation? Well, pain, you know that something's wrong. It's, you're not getting out of a position, or, something hurts, or something hurts after the fact. Sensation just means, okay, wow, I'm feeling a little bit when I do the biceps. Or, wow, I'm feeling my shoulders as I do that. I might be a little sore the next day. But there's a big difference between pain and sensation, okay? We're always going for sensation. So we want to find the right weights every day at any given time, okay? Or the right heart rate, that you're going to do. Keep your workouts to three things. I say it all the time. Something that elevates your heart rate, something that creates resistance for your muscles, and something that works your mind body. Okay, just so important, especially in this time. With the pandemic, you've got to do your mind body stuff. Thanks for joining me today. Happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Wear your mask. I'm Kerry McElroy. It's Total Body Strength. Do whatever you can any day of the week. I love you all. Be safe. I'll see you next week. Okay, December. It's December next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye, Jeannie. Yes, thank you. I know. It feels better today, but all right, Irene, listen, you and Tom have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope we'll see you soon, I'm sure. Sassy, logging on at the last minute. Nice. Happy Thanksgiving, Jess and Liz.